Last time on Total Party Guild.
Do any of us have any like manacles or bindings? And can we just, they're not
Ropes.
moving. Can we just tie them to the side of the building here?
Jewel has 2 sets of handcuffs.
Just cuff each one to the wall or something.
Why does Jewel have 2 sets of handcuffs?
I shrug at Graham. Don't worry about it.
Welcome, adventurers, to Total Party Guild, your weekly retrowave-inspired D&D 5th Edition podcast live play. Today, our adventurers will be joined by...
Vanessa Otero playing Jewel Von Onyx, human bard.
Talon Rowe playing Marin, the drow monk.
Jeremy Blackheart playing Graham Orai, a half-elf hexadon.
And Justin Lamb playing Stenel Bjornsson, the halfling barbarian.
I am Sean, and I will be your DM for this wonderful story and this story arc that we're playing in Timatone Village. Last time on Total Party Guild, our adventurers had made their way up to Timatone Sawmill, where they ran across a strange tableau. In front of them, several hobgoblins stood watch over the entrance of the Timatone Sawmill, but they didn't respond or move towards the adventurers. On close inspection, they all had a strange gray patch growing on their neck, and when they entered the sawmill, an even weirder thing stood before them. Large vats hanging from the ceiling with a strange pipe that ran off into the other room, and the villagers wandering aimlessly back and forth as if they were doing a job that they had no control over. The adventurers made their way farther inside the sawmill, where they discovered what looked like a small fort constructed and built inside this room, when suddenly the fort came alive and stood up on massive legs, a shield raised before it, and an arm that lifted up. A sawmill, the exact saw blade from the sawmill, began to spin up, and it looked down upon them menacingly. Adventurers, as you stand before this crazy, strange construction, this war machine, what do you wish to do?
I take a step back just because, whoa.
My album that I release after this is definitely going to be reminiscent of like my Rush years.
That's excellent.
I just want to reiterate. The big vat with a pulsing green had a tube coming into this room that looked like it was attached to this fortress, but it is no longer like pumping stuff into it.
Correct.
Fuck. Okay. That's all. That was my only clarifying question.
So as this giant boxing machine begins to stand up in front of you, I'd like you all to roll initiative.
It's our doom. He said it was.
Shoot, where's my character sheet?
Hope that's not how I'm going to roll whole combat.
Okay, starting with Senel, what'd you roll?
I got a 6.
Graham?
16.
Jewel?
12.
And Marin?
9.
Alrighty. So as this massive machine stands up in front of you all, and it begins to pump steam from it, and it begins to rise itself up and lift towards you guys, you see it. Let's see, Stenel, you were a little closer, correct?
Yeah, I was backing up as it was rising up because I was panicked, so I moved 5 feet back.
All right, fantastic. So you see it stand up in front of you, and then it begins to lower its shield down, and you see that there's a nozzle on the end of the shield, and there is a liquid tube that is flowing from the back up to the nozzle, and it lowers the shield down, and then the buzzsaw begins spinning, and then it charges into the room towards you. And its blade comes sailing down towards you, Stenel. Actually, I can only move to about right there. Nat 1 on the first roll.
Yes.
So that's cool.
He's still learning.
And a 10 on the second roll. So, it comes in, charging at you, and the blade lifts up over its head, and it comes crashing down towards you, and you easily sidestep it as it comes, and you see it begin to tear into the floor directly in front of you. And then it brings its blade up and slashes sideways at Stenel's head, but it cuts right across the top of him and then retracts itself as it begins to prepare itself. And from inside the box, you hear, "Stupid idiot."
That's hurtful.
Ow, my feelings.
Graham, you are up.
My emotional AC is much lower.
So this is a big boy. So there's very obviously a box this voice is coming out of.
Correct. Actually, so it has like this large speaker-like device on the side of it, but you can also hear through the slits in the front the voice inside. So what you just heard was "stupid," and it came from the speaker, and then as the speaker died away, you could hear him like talking to someone inside.
Okay. I rush in 1, 2, 3. Can I move through it? Like between its legs?
Big enough on its legs, so yeah, you could go ahead and slide through its legs. Sure.
Okay. Right there. And then I'm going to try and look for any joints that are weak spots and make a booming blade attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Booming blade. 16 plus 5, 21.
All right, your blade comes crashing down on the machine. Go ahead and roll damage.
One-handed is 1 plus 3, 4 damage.
Ooh. Fantastic. What's a booming blade do again?
If it moves willingly, it takes a D8.
Okay. And what's that look like?
It's just the white flash accompanied by kind of a dull localized sonic boom, and the blade disappears for just a moment before it appears on the upward stroke.
All right, so you run around behind it, and you think you see a weak point on the joints of his legs, and your blade comes slashing in, and you hit it, and it makes that sonic boom, the noise, and it reverberates out from you, and you can see sparks fly from it, and a couple of what appears to be rope pulleys begin to fray at the back end of its leg, but outside of that, it continues to seem to function. So as you went crashing in and doing that, Stenel, Jewel, and Marin, you get to see front row witness as it relowers the shield from its left arm and puts itself in front of it. And then the nozzle on the end opens up, and this green flame comes lashing out of it, filling the space in front of it. So all three of you guys roll me a dex save.
Oh, well, at least it's Dex.
Says the monk. Jewel rolled a natural 1 plus 1 for 2.
I got
Does
a
that
23.
Jeez, I got a 10.
Okay, so Marin is the only one who passes. So Marin takes half damage of 22 points of damage.
Jesus.
Ooh.
What the fuck, dude?
Yikes.
So as this nozzle opens up, this green flame comes flooding out, and it fills the area, and it gets all the way back to Marin, and you can see that's about as far as it goes. But it lights up one of the crates next to Marin as this flame washes over it, this massive heat. Marin picks up Stenel and uses him as a shield.
What's that?
I'm
just
such
teasing,
a small shield.
but you're able to like crouch and duck underneath it, whereas Stenel takes the brunt of the blast.
Oh.
That is its turn. It's going to go ahead and roll now to see if it recharges that ability next turn. It rolled a 4, so it does not recharge its ability.
Ah, my eyebrows.
Jewel, as that flame washes out, you see it hit your two friends there, and then you see the nozzle close up, and you can hear this like pumping sounds, and you can see like liquid begin to refill inside the tube there. What do you wish to do?
Oh, it's me? Fuck. I'm hurt a lot. All my friends are surrounding this thing. I have a basic understanding of like machinery, but not anything super complex. Okay, so there's a spot on it that has like a hole for like arrow slits.
Yes.
That I could deduce that somebody is inside that area manning this machine.
Yeah.
Okay. How big are those slits? Very small?
They're pretty tiny. They're as big as a regular arrow slit.
I've never seen an arrow slit in person,
That's
so I'm
not super helpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
So about an inch to 2 inches wide, and they're about 6 to 12 inches long, and then there's a small break, and then there's another one, and small break, another one.
Oh fuck. Okay. That
Could probably
stops
shatter
that
it.
then. Yeah, I'm a one trick pony. I was just thinking about if I have bottles of perfume, and if I could try to throw one in there and just like have it shatter. I don't know if you've ever been in a shattered puddle of perfume, but it's real nasty.
Oh, shit.
But I don't think I could make it in such a small area.
You would
So
have to
I
throw it,
will-
and it would be a very high DC.
Right. So I don't think I would even try it. I don't think my perfume bottle would even fit in that small of an area. So I'm just going to shatter on its body, aiming for like all the inorganic glass tubing and shit.
Watch out for Graham.
Yeah. And myself. I'm in its range. So,
Okay, he's
Yeah,
gonna roll his
that-
dex save.
it is a Constitution save.
Oh, all right. He's gonna roll a Constitution save.
And if it's inorganic, it has disadvantage on the saving throw.
All right, it's rolling disadvantage. It rolled a 13.
So I got my DC's a 14, so they take 20 damage. It takes 20 damage.
Nice.
Very good.
All right, so your blast of energy rocks the machine, and you can see that from it, on a couple of its legs and so forth, bits and pieces begin to shoot off of the thing, and the arm that held the buzzsaw, pieces begin to snap and break off of it. It looks like it rocked its world. Do you wish to move anywhere?
I do, but I'm worried about getting an opportunity attack, but I can't take another 22 damage. So I'm going to move back, and I'm going to pass an inspiration to Marin,
Okay.
and that just gives you a D6 that you can add to your roll.
Oh, cool. Okay.
It rolled an 11 on its attack for the reaction.
That misses by 1.
All right, so as you move backwards, this saw blade comes over towards you, and you like duck and roll, and the blade slashes over your head, and you hear it skip off the wall beside it, and then you jump up and you inspire Marin by...
I'm just gonna be like, you got this, man.
Okay. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
And as you say that, you see that this magic that comes from your voice begins to wrap around Marin.
Okay.
Marin, you saw Jewel do that duck and roll, and then the magic flows from her and wraps around you as the creature, this giant armored war machine, begins to recenter itself towards you. What do you wish to do?
Well, I can move up 1 or 2 spaces, I'm sorry. And then hit it a couple times with my spear.
Is that with advantage?
I would light the bitch on fire, but Graham is in the way. I suppose I can. That's sweeping cinder strike. That takes a key point.
Are you gonna do that instead?
Yeah. I'm gonna try for that instead.
Is it a dex save?
I have to check.
It's like a burning hand, right?
Yeah.
It's the second nat one of the day, so don't even worry about it.
Oh, it nat 1'd?
Nat one. Yeah, that's my second one so far this combat.
Oh, jeez. Okay. D6. Now, for that inspiration, is that for attack or is that for damage?
It's for attack or saving throws.
Okay. But I didn't like just use it. Like,
No, you get to choose to use it.
Yeah, right.
oh,
You
okay.
have it for a minute or 10 minutes, I think. I never remember.
That's 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage.
Fire damage.
All right, as you get in front of it, what does that look like when you do that ability?
So I get into kind of like a Tai Chi type position with one hand out, and then as my other hand comes outward, you can see tendrils of flame begin to ripple around my wrists and then up over my hands, and then I open my hands and it's just a gout of flame.
And it shoots outwards and washes over this creature. And you can see that it brought its shield down, but even with its shield down, it washes over the top of it. And when the flame begins to pull back from you, you can see that bits of it is on fire.
Well, there's that.
Whoa.
So Stenel, Marin slipped in front of you and did his little Tai Chi maneuver, and then whoosh, and this wall of flame began to rack around it. As it does so, you can see its arm begin to lift up again with the buzzsaw spinning on it. What do you wish to do?
Better stop that buzzsaw. I'm right in the way.
Well, I was going to get out of the way, actually.
Take me with you.
I'm so much smaller than you. Also, I'm using my nimbleness here to get into this side of it. Is that can I slip in between the legs with my nimbleness?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I wanted to come up on the other side of it. Maybe back where there's some tubing or something cool. And I'm going to fly into a rage for this, and I'm going to attack it.
All right, go ahead and roll an attack.
That's the highest I've rolled so far with a 16 to hit.
That skips off the shield of the creature as you get underneath it, and it kind of like tracks you down and sideways, and then it drops its shield down as your blade begins to swing at it, and it just bang bounces off the thing.
No advantage?
Damn it.
You're currently not raging. Are you going to rage or?
No, yeah, I said I was going to rage.
Oh, I missed that part. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm marking you as raging.
But that doesn't
Yeah,
give me
but
advantage on like
Aren't we doing flanking?
attacks and such. I wasn't sure with the size of this thing if we got
Three-way
flanking advantages.
So if you moved one space over here, then yeah, you would have gotten flanking. So go ahead and roll it at advantage.
Oh, I didn't know we could do that. Holy crap. Okay, so that would be a 21.
Okay, so that hits. So your blade comes sliding in, it bounces off the shield, but then you immediately roll around with a Zverkow and attack it on the other side.
We'll have to remember what the translation is for Zverkow. So I keep forgetting. That's the one cut I keep forgetting. Don't worry, guys. I biffed the damage roll. So it's 7 damage. And that's my contribution. I go, ha!
All right, so your blade flips around and you see it cut into the shield there, and then you kind of like drive past it a little bit, and it cuts some more of the wires and rope on the inside of the shield before it lifts itself back into a defensive position. Bottom of the round, it then spins, and you see it begin to pump its legs, and then it charges right through Marin.
It takes booming blade damage. 8.
Hey!
And do we get opportunities of attack?
Not with this charged attack ability that it's doing.
Okay.
It's just going to stomp all over Marin.
Great.
But it does take the 8 points of damage from Graham's attack. All right, Marin, go ahead and roll a dex save.
Oh, shit. 15?
You just fail.
Oh, shit.
So you take 15 points of bludgeoning damage as it comes stomping over the top of you.
Well, guess who's down, guys?
Yeah. This is a rough battle.
Oh, shit. Are you down?
So
I'm down.
As it comes stomping over the top of you and making its way to the end, you see that flash from Graham, and as it makes its way to the end of its maneuver, bits of rope begin to break off of it, and as it stops to spin around towards you, the saw blade itself comes shooting out of the machine, flying across the room to embed itself into a wall. So next up is Graham.
I run up next to Marin 1, 2, 3 squares. I reach down, use lay on hands for a point.
All right, Marin, this flowing energy flies through you, and your eyes crack wide open as you're lying on the ground, hurt from being stomped on by a giant war mech.
And then continue 1, 2, 3 up or towards it.
How much hit points did that give me?
Well, 1 point.
1 point? Okay. Well, at least I'm back up. Okie doke.
All right, so as you come storming towards it, you can see that on the top of it, this machine that looked like a grappling hook begins to lower and point towards you, and then it goes and it shoots straight out at you.
Oh. My AC is...
I rolled a 15.
19.
Okay. So instead of standing there and taking it with your AC, you kind of just like skip off to the side, and it smacks into the ground, and you see this coil of rope roll around it, and then the coil begins to it retracts, and it rips this huge chunk out of the floor, and it comes retracting back towards the machine.
Oh.
This is not the fight I was expecting.
It rolled a 5 to recharge its fire ability, so you can see that as it's retracting this chunk of wood back towards it, the nozzle opens up again. Jewel, you saw Graham run out there, skip sideways as this grappling hook comes zipping towards it, and then as it's retracting, you can see the nozzle opening up again. What do you wish to do?
Okay. Does it take a full action to take a potion?
We're running off the advanced rules of bonus action to drink it yourself, full action to give it to somebody else.
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action give myself a potion of healing. And that's a 4 plus 2. Hold on. Yeah, so that is a 6, which is still not great. And then I'm going to shatter it again. It needs to make
Okie
a
dokie. It's going to roll its save.
14 con save.
Rolled a 9.
What? 9?
9.
Okay, it fails. So I will roll 3d8.
Yeah, you are definitely doing the most work here.
And that is 11.
The blast hits it, and as it does, you can see like bits of rope begin to shoot off of the shield in front of it, and the arm that it was raising up to again smash down on top of Graham there, just like chunks of it fly off and break apart.
Okay. And then I'm going to use my movement to move. Here, I guess. To move back towards the front of the building so I can spread out and get further away from it.
Good call.
All right, so Jewel skips backwards to try and get away from this giant war machine.
Uh-huh.
Marin, you're on the ground, and you cracked your eyes open, and you can see that it's attacking Graham in front of you, and then you saw Jewel hit it again with a shatter and then skip backwards. What do you wish to do?
Well, I am going to move here behind some crates. And now, how tall are these crates?
If you move behind the crates like that, you will not be able to see the creature. They're tall enough for there's like two of them stacked on top of each other.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's not true. He's really tall, so you'd be able to see the top of him.
Oh. All right. So, I'm going to use my last key point and do the sender strike again.
Okie dokie. Rolled a 9 on its dex save.
Yeah,
So go ahead and roll full damage.
11 points.
Fire wraps around the thing as you do your key strike, and you begin to pull your magical flame together, and then you in front of you, and it just washes over the creature. It sets the arm that used to have the machine ablaze, and you can see it begin to like trickle down the back of it, and pieces of it are beginning to fall off and land on the floor that's on fire.
Okay.
Huh.
How much movement you got left?
Well, I'm just gonna move, say, just over here and duck behind the crates.
Okie doke. Stenel, you saw the creature come storming out of the room, and you heard all kinds of crazy noise going on. As you peek yourself around the corner, you see that Marin is hitting it with a wall of flame. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna, let's see, run into the room here and not want to clump up. Can I like just roll onto this crate here?
Sure.
All right. So that is I'm assuming like 5 feet of movement to get up there.
Yeah.
But 5, yeah. Boom. Okay. And then I'm gonna throw a javelin because I don't want to get close.
All right, go ahead and do that.
Every time you throw a javelin, something good happens. So
I pull out the javelin, I kiss it, and then I throw it. Come on, guys. So that's a 13.
You throw your javelin, and it just hits the side of the armored and skitters off.
My rolls are not on the thing today. But then I'm like, hey.
So let's be honest, every time something good happens in combat, we then make a really bad role-playing choice and just destroy something.
All true.
You see the cannon shift off the harder to hit target and center in on you, Stenel?
Yeah, I'm like, over here.
It rolled a 17.
To what?
To hit. What's your AC?
With what? A cannon? Oh, that's my AC is a 16.
All right. So you take 14 points of damage and then roll me an athletics check.
That's halved with my resistances, so 7.
Correct.
And then athletics?
Yep.
Let's hope I can roll something above a 10. Oh, thank Crumb. Okay, so that's a lot. 15 plus 5. 20. Dirty 20.
All right, so this cannon launches this grappling hook at you. It comes zipping towards you, and you get like barely scraped as it comes zipping past you, and you can see that the blade cuts across your ribs. And then as it smacks into the wall behind you, the cord begins to like loop around your feet, and then you hear the as it begins to retract, and you just like barely leap out of the way as the cord tightens up where your legs used to be, and then it rips a chunk out of the wall out, because sailing across the room and rehooks itself back to this cannon that's attached to the top of the machine.
Hey, must be the 20.
So as that happens and this it retracts it all back to it, you can see that it begins to back up a little bit and gets right up next to the wall. Sort of, if I can position it right. Yep, there we go. Graham, it's your turn now.
1, 2, 3. So a question I had, can I get like, I'll just get there. So the battle bot itself isn't actually a creature, so most of my spells don't work on it.
For this combat, it's counted as a creature, yeah.
Oh, okay. So the only reason I didn't use something like Hexblade's Curse is because I thought it was inanimate, like a vehicle.
Yeah, nah, we're making this a creature for this combat.
Sure. Okay, then I'm going to use Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
Gain bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target to my proficiency bonus, crit on 19 or 20. If the cursed target dies, I gain hit points back.
Okie dokie.
Okay, and then I'm going to Booming Blade attack.
All right, roll it.
19.
That hits.
Plus 5, so 24, but it counts as a crit. And then I'm going to smite.
Nice.
So I'm going to burn a paladin spell slot and do 25 total with smite.
All right, so you run up to it, and as you do, and you're beginning to prepare your magical attack, you can see that it lowers the shield down in front of you, and the nozzle is open, and you can see way back in the tube this like green flame begin to rise on the machine. And then you hit it with all of your might and your magic, and there's this blinding white flash, and then the arm that the thing is attached to explodes. And the shield comes sailing off from in front of it, and you can see this nozzle with this greenish liquid begins to spray into the air, and as it's spraying into the air, it's lighting on fire. So now there's like this jet of flame shooting off the side of the machine, and its right arm is just a ball of flame, like a burning torch, and it's just like beginning to, it's not really lighting anything on fire, but you can see this greenish flame just shooting off to the side from it.
Huh.
Nice.
Go Graham.
Hey, smite did something. That's awesome.
Jewel, you see that Graham charged and he smited this thing, and there's this massive explosion, and you can see that the machine is rocked backwards. What do you wish to do?
Okay, so I am going to use 3 of my 5 spell points left. Cast another shatter. Because it seems to be efficient so far. So he needs to make a Constitution.
He rolled a 12.
14. Rolled a 12?
Okay. Yeah, a 12.
Okay. And that, oh, fuck you. That's a 10 because I rolled 2 1s and an 8.
Oh.
Boom! Your magic rocks the thing backwards. You can see sprockets and some gears shoot off the legs of the thing. You can also hear a strange hissing sound beginning to emanate from the back of the machine. And from the back, from all of you guys standing there, this purplish neon cloud begins to out the back of the tanks that are on the back of this machine.
Okay. Bonus action, inspiration to Stenel.
Oh, thanks. I might need it to hit.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Are you
that's
gonna
my
move
turn.
anywhere?
No, I'm gonna stay. I can't move anywhere far enough that I wouldn't be moving right into a clump or his line of action.
All right, Marin, you are up.
Well, at this point, I don't know exactly what to do. Because with only one hit point, I'm afraid to get close to it.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Yeah.
but on the other hand, I mean, I'm gonna charge it with my spear. I don't have any more key points, so I'm just going to hit it with the spear tip and then hit it with the butt of my spear again.
Okay, go ahead and roll your 2 attacks.
Okay. First one is 23.
That hits.
Second one is 17.
That hits too.
Oh, that hits. Okay. All right. So, 11 points of damage on the first attack, and 7 points of damage on my second attack.
All right, so you run in and you can see that it's on fire and there's hoses spraying some liquids and stuff around it, and you're looking for a spot that you can get some damage in. You can see that around the legs there is these like ropes and pulleys, and it's beginning to move the kneecaps and the joints on the knees, and so you stab into it and you begin chopping into the rope, and then you clank it onto the side, and you can see that one of the rope pieces is beginning to fray. Pretty serious. It looks like it's beginning to break apart.
Okay, I am going to move backwards and back behind the crates.
As you do so, it can swing its burning hand down towards you.
Okay,
It rolled a 16.
that is just my AC.
It rolled 15 points of damage.
And I'm down again.
Shit.
So as you see Marin step back, the arm sweeps down and it hits him and he goes, oof! And you see him flying back into a crate. His back of his head smacks into it and then he crumples down next to the crate. Stenel, that's what you saw happen to your good friend Marin.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Ah, jeez. Okay. All right.
Ah, geez. Oh, boy. Oh, geez. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm turning into Morty. I'm trying to gauge the distance here, but 5, 10, 15.
You're still too far.
I really don't want to be all that close. So I'll run to there, and I don't have the range. I got short little legs. So I need to throw another javelin. Oh, wait. Okay, I rolled a 1, but I also have the lucky feat or trait, so I re-roll once. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yay, halflings.
Oh, I need new dice so badly. What does the inspiration get me?
You can add 1d6.
Okay,
To an
I rolled a
attack.
6, so I'm at, yeah. So 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 5 is 15 to hit.
Just miss.
Oh,
You throw it,
Barbarian
and
Rage.
and it smacks into the armored plating in the front of it, and it comes just shattering off of it.
I have rolled 1 roll above a 10, and that was an 11. Even on advantage, I failed that deck save.
It rolled a 17 against you, Stenel,
Wait, to do what?
to hit you. What's your AC again?
Oh, no, I moved here, I threw the javelin, and then I was going to move out of the way.
Oh, okay, sure. Never mind. Go ahead and move.
So I was going to duck behind this crate here.
All right, and then you come scuttling off to the side there. So it won't shoot its cannon at you. Sounds good.
Okay.
Graham, then.
AC 19.
Yeah, it rolled a 15 on the first attack and a 19 on the second attack. So you take 10 points of damage as the flaming arm comes crashing down on top of you, and you raise your shield up to defend yourself. You can hear it like just crashing around you. There's a burning flame, and then it lifts up again as if he's going to smash it down one more time. But now it's your turn, Graham.
I slap back with Booming Blade. Come on. 17 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
18 total.
It lifts up the giant broken arm, and you dodge in, and you can see the place where Marin had started to do some work, and your blade comes crashing down on top of it. And as it does, you see that flash of energy, and like pieces of metal and wood explode out of the leg, and it starts to wobble a little bit, but it remains standing in front of you.
Okay. And then I'm going to move 1, 2, 3. There. Staying next to it, but so if it wants to focus on me, it has to turn its back to everyone else.
Okay. So you move off to the side of the giant towering war machine. Jewel, you can see the flash of light, but with the crates, you can't see what hit it. But you have a pretty strong idea that it was Graham who's hitting it again with a massive attack. What do you wish to do?
Okay. I wish to stupidly move across the room, which is just at 30 feet, where I can get a lock on it. I'm kind of doing an internal, like, mana assessment of how much more power I have, and it's like I don't have enough for that, so let's pull out my crossbow and aim at him and take a shot if I can take it out and shoot on the same round.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to roll natural 20.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
So
Nice. All right, go ahead and roll damage.
for 2 damage. Oh, but I get to roll it twice because hold on. So that was 1, 6, 7. That's 7 damage altogether.
Jewel, you run across the room. You go, as you're pulling your crossbow out, you come zipping around the corner, and you can see that Graham had moved around to the side of it, and it's beginning to turn towards Graham. And as it does, you catch the pieces that Marin had been working on and Graham had damaged, and there's a very small, thin rope that is holding it together. And as it's turning, you can see it wobble a little bit. You take out your crossbow, and then you push aside the villager who's standing in front of you.
Yeah.
And you
I figured
pull the
they'd
trigger.
probably been moving since on all of our turns because they had been moving the whole time. But sorry.
Yeah. No
Continue.
worries. So and you pushed it aside and you fire the crossbow. The arrow comes zipping straight ahead and it thunks into the leg. And then you see it continue to turn towards Graham. You see it raise its massive arm upwards, and then the leg gives in. And the giant war machine topples sideways onto the ground, slamming into the ground. And as it hits the ground, you see tanks on the back begin to burst, and liquid begin to pour out of it. That same greenish liquid that begins to glow brightly across the floor. And as it does, you hear a hissing sound. Smoke begins to rise as the flaming arm and the tube that is on fire catches this liquid on fire. And you see it go whoosh across the thing. And inside, you hear the commander begin to yell, "No! No, it cannot be!"
Oh.
Oh, nice shot.
I would laugh, but I'm unconscious.
Hey,
So
Julie.
you guys have destroyed the giant mech. The liquid is beginning to pour out of it. The people are just wandering aimlessly back and forth, but we are now out of combat. What would you guys wish to do?
Lay on hands Marin for a point.
A point. Okay, well, that'll do.
Yeah, Marin, as you begin to slip from this world, you feel a warm sensation, and then your eyes crack open, and there's this knightly Graham standing over you.
Thanks again, bud.
And I'll help him up.
As you do that, you see that the flames are beginning to rise along the side of the wall, and you can hear this pounding noise coming from the top of the war machine. It sounds like someone's trying to get out.
I mean, we're going to kill him, or he's going to be killed by fire. So,
can I pry it open?
have a crowbar.
As you run over to the top of the lid to go pry it open, the liquid is beginning to pour out around the outside of it, and it's beginning to light on fire. It's getting really warm here. As you approach the metal top container, you can hear him banging on the inside, and you see smoke begin to rise up and billow around the outside of it.
I'm going to yell to get the people out. Stenel, go grab the guy. Jewel, can you get Marin and the lady out?
Yeah, I'll kind of like do that thing where you like support somebody and they can like hold on over your shoulder basically and limp Marin out, and then I'll come get the villager I pushed out of the way and get her out of the building. Also, you have your jug of alchemy. Could you use water?
If it's anything like an oil fire, it's just going to spread it.
Can you make it produce baking soda?
Vinegar. Can I use the alchemy jug acid to try and melt the hatch open?
It's a pretty solid steel hatch that's on the top there. You can go ahead and give it a shot, but just looking at it, you're pretty certain that'll take too long for the time you have left.
Huh. Fuck.
But while you're standing there looking at it, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I'm not great at that. 6.
You do not see a tiny sparrow fly out the top of the window and zip off into the top rafters of the sawmill.
Heck, I'm going to keep trying to pry it open a little bit. Like if there's a
Go ahead and roll me an
crowbar.
athletics check at disadvantage.
11.
Yeah, hauling on the top there, it's not moving at all, and now the smoke's starting to get into your eyes and your face.
Yeah.
Stenel, Stenel, Marin, Jewel, are you guys going to grab the rest of the villagers?
Yeah, I thought Jewel said that she was going to grab the lady.
Yeah, she got the lady and this guy. But what about the others that you saw on the side of the
We saw one
sawmill?
other guy
You guys
in here.
continuing to push those guys out of the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll usher everybody out.
All right.
You burn this town down.
As you guys are getting the rest of those guys out, Graham, you're still hauling on the door, and then you hear whunk, whoosh, and your world is rocked, and you're thrown off your feet and onto your ground as something behind the machine exploded.
Oh.
I'll yell, Graham, you okay?
Am I conscious?
Yeah, you're still conscious. You just were rattled.
Oh, fuck. I want to pull this guy out, but I don't think I can. If I look around the room, is there anything else I can do?
The rest of the room is starting to get lit on fire, so I don't know. What else do you think you can do?
Is there fire extinguishers? This place FEMA?
No,
Or not FEMA, OSHA?
No fire extinguishers. Nope.
OSHA compliant?
Nice.
Hell, yeah, I don't know if there's much else I can do. So I'm gonna climb to my feet and look at it and just say, sorry, I tried, under my breath, and then hobble out.
All right. So you hobble outside. By this point in time, you've gotten the rest of the villagers and the hobgoblins. I'm assuming you're grabbing the hobgoblins away from the sawmill. And as you guys begin to go away from the sawmill, you hear another explosion from the inside. And then the entire sawmill explodes in a giant green cloud of flame and ash and fire. as it just rocks your world. It's one of those like whoom, and then like a mini nuclear cloud begins to rise up from the ground around you guys.
A chemical mushroom cloud.
And as this giant ball of flame rips into the sky, we pull back a little ways to see Timatone village. The house had been put out on fire, and the rest of the villagers are marching farther down the road away from it. Will the villagers be completely saved the next time on Total Party Guild? Did they find all the mysteries and take care of all the problems? What will Guildmaster Spurrin say when they arrive back at town? Find out next time on Total Party Guild.
Party on.
Party on.
Party on.
Party on! So while we're here and we're finishing up this episode, I would like go ahead and go around the room real quick and get another quick conversation piece. Starting with Talon, is there anything that you'd like to talk about?
Well, since all of us are in quarantine right now, or sheltering at home, a lot of people have been getting into baking or cooking, and I would just like to plug a couple of companies that I've been enjoying the services of. So they are both local to Washington State, but they ship anywhere. And the first is the Oil and Vinegar Cellar in Leavenworth, Washington, and they sell specialty olive oils and balsamic vinegars. And you can find them at oilandvinegarcellar.com. And the other one would be Market Spice if you're looking for interesting and rare spices. They're normally based in Pike Place in Seattle, but of course, Pike Place is shut down, but they're still doing online orders. So you can find them at marketspice.com. And just take your cooking up a notch.
Neat. I'll throw that in the show notes so we can direct everybody to them.
And Justin, is there anything that you'd like to talk about?
Well, I mean, the company I've recently dealt with needs absolutely no introduction, but my figure from Hero Forge, I had some issues getting it shipped. It kind of got bounced back to manufacture, and they emailed me, I emailed them, and they got it straightened out right away. So I got my Stenel figure in, but I really appreciate that they went the extra mile to make sure that it actually got to me. So I can give them a little shout out, but they're already kind of the big name in the business, I think.
And they're not even paying us.
No, I know. That's why
we
I was
just like their customer service.
yeah, that's just, they did the right thing. So
Yeah, I have 2 Hero Forge. I love them. So, yep. Pick them up too.
Jeremy, would you like to say anything?
While we're
Or Vanessa?
plugging everybody, sorry. I was going to plug us. If anybody else has anything to plug,
Nope.
I was just going to move
Nope,
into...
done. You go ahead.
Okay. So we, Jeremy and I have been streaming Terraria the last week and plan to keep moving forward while we do that on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/TotalPartyGuild. We've also, we love receiving memes and dice picks. So hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, Reddit, Instagram. Watch us on Twitch. Interact with us. We like it. We're lonely. We're isolated.
And I just want to add on to that to check out totalpartyguild.com, where you can meet the cast and learn about the players and characters and a little bit about the world we're playing in of Arosa.
And if you'd like to ask any questions of the GMs or maybe hear some interesting tidbits from the players of this games, go ahead and email us too at
totalpartyguild@gmail.com.
totalpartyguild@gmail.com. And that is going to wrap
And
up
rate
our
and review us.
show for today. So with that said, remember everyone, a guild of many defeats more monsters. And party on.
Party on.
Party on.
party on.